Hello, brave creatives. My name is Mel. This is Create and Company, and today we're going to talk about getting perspective on your creative journey's progress when it looks like you haven't been making progress, or maybe you even just had a fall. So, first of all, welcome to my channel. This is Create and Company, a safe place to grow your creative project. We go from perfectionism, overwhelm, procrastination, and people pleasing to flow, fun, and we make your creative fantasy come true. I'm a mindset and alignment coach, and let's get right into it. So let's say you had set a due date for a part of your project, or let's say that something has gone wrong in your creative journey, or so you call it wrong. Let's say that you're going slower than you thought, or you lost a draft, or you lost a piece, or something took you off path for a while. These things happen in the creative journey, right? As much as we plan, as much as we change our mindset to think we can prevent them, sometimes these things happen. It's more about how we react to them than avoiding them completely. So, what I did today with someone I was coaching was we took about an hour for them to journal about all the ways they have progressed, evolved, grown, overcome, changed in this creative journey. And every little piece that has been advanced that can't be taken away from them. So this person had lost a few chapters of something they were writing, and that was about a month of the writing of the chapters that it feels like they lost. Now remember, we're always in the present moment. So no matter what has happened in this present moment, you still have the power to take action that will bring you closer to your creative dream. So as much as we can't go back and change the past, we can take the present moment and make the most of it. Doesn't mean I don't encourage you to grieve if you've lost pieces or if you've had a fall or if you've had an unexpected turn of events. The grieving, the expressing is welcome. It's important to, for example, take some time off, take a break, punch something, break something, whatever it is that truly lets that emotion float instead of stifling it. I'm all for it. Okay, so back to this idea. We often get very tunnel vision about how we measure our success or our progress for our creative projects. And I'm here to remind you of just how multifaceted and just how holistic your progress is. For example, let's say you're writing a book. It's not going to just be about how many chapters you finish in 3 months or in a year or in any time period. It's not about how many chapters you write, period. It's also about all the little steps in between, all the skill sets you gained, all the things you learned about your creative process itself, the people you met, the new structure to your day, the way you prioritize yourself. So for example, when this person today was reflecting on everything that they have gained, that they have grown, that they have learned, the list included small things and big things beyond just the chapters they had lost. So for example, she talked about how she learned how to have the tech right for her project. So she got a backup cable that she needed. She got a special USB port that she needed. She printed journals that were on Word document before. Now she has them all organized in a printed format. She got tabs, colored tabs, the stickies, to go through all her old journals, and she read through them and she tabbed things and she categorized and she filtered and she researched. She also researched the format of how she would like to present her book and her exhibit and her documentary. She thought of the whole sequence of how she wants to present the events that she's chronicling. So there were so many steps along the process that sometimes we forget, and it's important to bring them again to the forefront and celebrate them and thank them and savor them and see them and celebrate. Did I say celebrate? So what I'm getting at for you is to do this as an exercise, to do this as like a ritual, to do this as an act of self-love. And that's every so often in your creative journey, stop and reflect on how far you really have come, and not just on the main thread of your project, but also on all the complementary pieces that are part of that project's creation. For example, maybe you learned how to say no to people more so you can protect your time to create your project. That's a learning. Maybe you cleaned up your office space to work on this project. Maybe you put some money aside for more materials for this project. Maybe you inspired a friend to create their project when you talked about how you're getting back into yours. So all the pieces, all the benefits, all the memories that are positive, I encourage you to list them. And I can imagine that you're going to surprise yourself with just how much has happened around your project that's not just the main piece of it. The main piece is great, of course. We want to keep chipping away at it and building that main piece because it's what gets us that project that we can then feel so complete with and that we can share with the world in that format. And at the same time, it's so important to look at the bigger picture and the smaller picture, if that, both of them. So some of these things you might not notice you have evolved in until you sit down to do this exercise. That's why it's important to put the full focus and awareness on this exercise, not just be like, okay, I'm going to think about it. Yeah, I guess I grew in this, this, and this. No, it's not like that. I want you to sit down and list it by hand and write it. And maybe look at the calendar if that helps give you context of when and how you were before and who you were before and then after you started your project or after you came back to your project. And make a point to do this more often. Don't wait till there's a problem or, of course that's a great time to do this. At the same time, you can schedule this into your bigger creative practice, like once a month or once every 3 months to have, what would it be called? Like a look back, to have an appreciation of how far you've come. Because you know how when you haven't seen a kid or a teenager in a long time and you see that they're really tall or you see that they've grown a lot, but like they don't often see the same changes in themselves because they're seeing it so gradually that they don't feel the change, and yet we see it. And so I want you to be that person that goes back and takes score of your own evolution, of your own development, of your own growth, and celebrate it. Celebrate it. Because especially as we are healing perfectionism, it's so important to be like hugging all our growth and to not just get caught up with that one big measurement of like, how many words do I have, or how many pictures do I have, or, the project goal, the measurable end product of the project. Yes, that's important. Yes, we're all about accountability to getting that project done here. And it's also important to witness, recognize, and collect a list of, hey, I also grew in this. I also changed this. I also overcame this. I also learned this. I also built this. I also served with this. Because your project is a project even along the way. All right? So comment below about your project and all the expected and unexpected growth it has brought you, the benefits it has brought you, you have brought it. Comment below. What's your project? What's your creative dream? The more we share it, the more we're bringing it to life. And if you're interested in coaching, go to my website below. You can email me at createandcompany@gmail.com. And if you're seeing this later and that's not my email anymore, hopefully it'll still be my website, createandcompany.com. Okay, much love. I believe in you. Hope you believe in you too.